How's it going, everyone? This is Brian with Heads Up Display, and we're going to be trekking deep into the Canadian wilderness with this review of The Long Dark. The Long Dark is a semi-realistic survival game from newcomer Hinterland Studios, and to be perfectly honest, I am in awe of the world the folks over at Hinterland have created. The Long Dark is set deep in the Canadian wilderness after an apocalyptic geomagnetic event, which has left the world without electricity, but in stark contrast with common apocalyptic titles like The Last of Us, Fallout, and Gears of War, The Long Dark presents the player with a quiet apocalypse, an end of the world where the player shoots deer instead of zombies, and walks for shelter in opposed to running for their lives. However, it never loses sight of what it is, an apocalyptic survival experience where death is always around the corner and is a sobering eventuality. The objective of the game, thus far, is to survive as long as possible. This is no easy task, as the player has to regulate and monitor their body temperature, calorie count, hydration level, and amount of rest. If any of these reach a critically low level, the player's general health percentage starts to slowly decrease. And if your general health percentage goes all the way down to 0, well, say goodnight, because you're dead. Part of what makes this game so challenging and in turn rewarding is its drive for player learning. When you start a new game, you're dropped into a new world with a random assortment of clothes and goods on hand. There are no tutorials to tell you where to go or what to do or even how to begin to play the game. The player must discover how to survive and inhabit the shoes of the freezing cold protagonist.
I need to find someplace to escape this cold.
The world is filled with tools like knives, hatchets, rifles, and even sewing kits. Every one of these is extremely useful. There's also a short list of craftable items, including animal skin, clothing, a survival bow, and other survival materials. This aspect, I'm sure, will become much more important in the full-scale release. One of the most realistic aspects of the game is everything in the game has a shelf life. From the quality of your clothes to the wear and tear of your tools, nothing is permanent in this game. The player must gather medical supplies in case of injury, sickness, or animal attack. And if the player is attacked by one of the game's many wolves or bears, you have to clean your wounds with an antiseptic and patch them up with bandages, or else blood loss and infection are sure to take the player's life.
Bleeding all over the place.
In the end-all to be-all of realistic gaming, when the player dies, that's it. Your game is deleted, and you have to start over completely fresh. Level design follows the open world model, but with a twist. Regions of the map vary in difficulty, and the player is able to choose what part of the map to start in. All of the maps are interconnected, however, so the player can start in the easiest map on the game and accidentally stumble into the hardest map on the game. The look of the game is very nice, even in the alpha phase. It takes on an artistic, almost animated film look where forms take on the resemblance of things in real life, but don't maintain a slavish devotion to realistic graphics. Just remember, this is only the alpha release. Coming this spring is the full release with story mode, where the player will play as one of two characters with their own backstories, motivations, and goals. And unlike sandbox mode, you can actually beat story mode. Story mode will come with a host of new updates, including improved color grading, graphics, more world objects, and characters that you can actually see. After the initial drop, new episodes of the story mode will be released and added throughout the year of 2016. Well worth the $20 you'll pay for it on Steam. The Long Dark is an experience through and through, and it forces the player to learn and adapt and survive by any means necessary. For an alpha release, we can't say enough good things. We give The Long Dark Alpha Sandbox Mode 4.5 stars.
Don't let this new world break you. And I will see you again.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this review, check out others on our channel. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'm Brian, and this is Heads Up Display.